So, are you guys ready?
I am.
Yeah, go for it.
Okay, alright, so... That was the worst thing ever. Welcome everybody to the podcast. We are the D Team, a small group of horror enthusiasts and film nuts that enjoy talking and chatting it up. I am God Machine.
I'm Chuck. And he doesn't have a name for this week.
Yes, we got it.
No. I was going to... No.
And this is Mr. Delay. Say hello to Mr. Delay. Yeah. You're the man with no name tonight, buddy.
I am La Chapa.
Oh, okay. He is La Chapa tonight because we're playing Friday the 13th.
And as anybody who has previously joined us on this podcast, previously on the D Team, what we do is we all get together and we take out our top 3 best whatever the hell the topic is of the evening, and we then battle it out to prove to each other that they're wrong and we're right. And we that's pretty much it. Yeah, we try to figure out from there a top 3 best of collectively that we can agree on. And tonight's topic is top 3 favorite slashers, top 3 best slashers in our opinion, in the genre of slasher genre, horror movies. And tonight I'm not starting it off, guys, so fuck you, somebody else. I fucked up last night. No.
You know, has Clown started it off before?
He has once, but this is his specialty.
This is his genre. This is his specialty, so...
Yes. This is his fucking forte. And tonight we're also playing Friday the 13th while we are doing this one.
Touch the killer, by the way.
Oh my god.
Well, we're going to have plenty of time to talk then, because I am terrible playing the killer.
Yeah, me too.
Okay,
So.
well,
Alright.
start us off with some curveballs.
What in the fuck is happening?
No, we got... Speaking of Friday, since we're on here, I'm going to mention Friday the 13th, Part 4.
Now wait, are we going to say movies, or are we going to say killers themselves?
No, we're doing movies.
Just, okay,
It's
so...
killers, man. No.
No, we're doing movies.
Killers.
We're not doing
I'm saying
killers. No, that is... We
that's
gotta
too
stick to
simple.
the rule. We've been doing video game. We've been doing movies. Sorry.
Yeah, it'd be too simple. It'll be too
And
simple
we've
if
been
we
doing
do.
video games, yeah.
It'll be too simple if we do just killers, because then we could just
Because
say
it's just killers, you know the big three. All of us are going to agree on the big 3.
right. Do you get what we're saying?
Yeah, we're doing movies.
Okay, so this changes the game then. I may have to think about this one.
This is what the game's been for the past 5 episodes. This is the 5th episode, 4 episodes.
4
Yeah.
episodes,
There's no
7.
game changing. This is the same game.
We're still doing
4?
it. Fuck. Okay. All right, guys. So best movies, horror. Yes, we're good. Okay. Continue there, crazy. Sorry.
Okay, well, Friday the 13th, Part 4. I'm going to go with... Let's see here, let me think here for a second. I gotta pull up something on my ass here. So Friday the 13th, Part 4. I want to say Halloween, just because of how big it was for the slashers. No. And then, you know what? Man, my nostalgia's getting to me right here. Child's Play 2.
How did I know Child's Play 2?
Child's Play 2. The answer for everything.
It really
It's the
is.
cure-all. It's the snake oil.
It is. It's his cure-all.
Your
That's for
snake
sure.
oil.
All right. So
Okay, so what's the third one?
Child's Play 2.
yeah, he said
Okay,
Halloween, Friday.
Halloween. Okay, I missed Halloween. Okay, I missed Halloween. Sorry. So Halloween.
I'm not.
Jason-
Once you all start
well,
talking,
Friday
I'm
13th
not
Part
gonna
4.
switch out Halloween for something, because to think about, I'm really not that big on Halloween.
Then you better switch it out now. You better switch it out now.
Maybe I want to wait. Chuck, you better get away from me.
That's how this works. You got to decide. You got to settle on your 3. You got to settle on your 3.
Yeah, you got 73. Yeah.
Settle on them.
Okay.
You can't be changing
You
them
know
halfway
what? You know
through.
what? Leprechaun.
Ooh, Leprechaun. Does he count? I mean,
He does count because he is a slasher.
I guess he is kind of a slasher. I mean,
But no, I'm not really gonna say Leprechaun. Man, you hold on.
right?
I gotta start thinking for a second, man.
I
This
know,
is
that's
crazy.
okay.
I've seen so many. I love my slasher movies.
Exactly.
You know, I've got so many. Chuck, you get away from me.
And it's hard when you have a slasher chasing after you, huh?
Yeah, it is, isn't it? All right, so wait, that's not your 3 then? You're gonna choose Leprechaun?
He's deciding.
I'm just saying
Okay.
that. I was just screaming something random.
Like he always does. He has his Tourette's moments, people.
I'm about to say, do you want detention? Is that what's going on? I'm confused here.
Chuck, I don't know if you've seen it, but I know God here has played with dolls.
Yeah, he talks about it quite a bit. It's pretty cool.
I do. I love it. Metal Face is one of my favorites.
Yeah, I haven't seen Play with Dolls.
I'm gonna have to switch out Halloween for him. So.
You're switching out Halloween, one of the greatest films of all time, for playing dolls. I haven't even seen Playing Dolls, but I'm just making sure that you know what you're doing.
There's a width there.
It's a pretty cool one. I do enjoy the franchise of the Playing with Dolls franchise.
It's got some good kills in it too, like really memorable kills too.
I'll throw out a tidbit that I get to brag about here in a little bit with that. But
like a metal face would make Michael scream and run, dude. I'm just saying that right now.
Okay, well that's your top 3, so it's.
That's my top 3, man.
It's Playing with Dolls.
It's an Indian movie.
Friday the 13th Part 4.
Child's Play 2.
And Child's Play 2.
Child's Play 2, of course.
Alright, your turn, God.
Me? Man,
Yep,
I'm so confused. Hang on one second. My pants are falling down.
Your pants falling down.
Yeah, my pants
turned into a party here.
Well,
we all know we all know who the best slasher of all time is now. It's Bill Cosby. That's the reason why he's in jail.
Well, that works. Let me see. Let me think.
Kenny Richards.
Kenny Rogers.
Kenny Rogers.
The Gambler. The Gambler was a serial killer. Okay.
Steve Miller Band.
I've got one that I'm gonna throw out there. You know, I've got one that I'm gonna throw out there, but odd one.
Oh, you broke up there real bad. What'd you say?
All right. I said I've got one that I'm gonna throw out there that's kind of an odd one, but I really thoroughly enjoyed, and I'm gonna go ahead and put it out there because I know none of you guys are gonna put it out there, but See No Evil. The first one.
Kane?
Glenn Jacobs.
Yes.
The mayor of Knox County.
Yeah, the mayor of Knox County.
Tell me, have you guys seen it?
Yes,
yeah, I've seen both of them.
Okay, the first one is a badass movie.
Yes.
Absolutely.
That's a contender.
Okay.
That's a contender.
All right, because I really thoroughly enjoyed the way they did it. I mean, everything about that movie is great. But
no. Now, before we go, can we do an honorable mentions list too?
I suppose we could.
Good job. Because I have.
Okay, we'll get to honorable mentions after we get to let's get through God's here in mind.
So I'm gonna go ahead and say See No Evil because it was a damn well done movie. Absolutely everything about it was really good. Excuse me. Oh, lordy. Lord have mercy.
Lord.
I got the vapors. You know, it's so hard, because
okay, so See No Evil.
Yeah, See No Evil. I'm thinking, because I don't want to go too cliche. I don't want to be like, oh well, you know, Jason, even though I love Jason. But if I did say Jason, I'd probably be saying Jason versus Freddy, and that's kind of a hard because that's my favorite of all of them. They did such a phenomenally good job with that movie. But that's both of them.
That's more of a nightmare movie. That's more of a nightmare movie.
No, that is the contradiction here, man. Because everybody argues that. Everybody argues, oh, it's more of a Jason movie. Oh, no, it's more of a Freddy movie. And so I can't use it, even though it's one of my favorites, and I think it's one of the best. So I can't use it.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. It is a good movie, though. I will agree with you on that.
So unfortunately,
they did a really good job with it.
They did, but unfortunately, it would be so hard to decide which one it would go under. So I don't think it'd be right to use it. But then I'd say Jason X after that. Because fucking, dude.
Jason X is awesome, dude.
Jason in space, dude. That was like the best thing fucking ever, alright?
Yeah,
it was pretty solid.
Awesome.
It was. Damn it. I'm going to say Jason X because I love that movie beyond fucking...
That holodeck scene alone is worth the price.
Dude, okay, thank you guys. See, everybody else likes to rag on that movie. I'm like, you're all fucking idiots. You don't know what the fuck you're talking about. Jason X was
That's
great.
one of the most underrated movies in slashers, man. Yeah.
Okay.
It's really underrated.
Okay. Alright. So... and my daughter comes up singing songs.
Well, it's nice to have some background music. It breaks
That's
up the
true.
monotony. So.
Tell her to sing Africa by Toto.
All right, she doesn't know. Well, thank you, sweetie, for telling me that. Now, if you excuse me, I'm podcasting. Thanks. All right, so I've got
See No Evil.
See No
Jason
Evil
X.
and Jason X, because I damn love the movies. All right, so after that, I'm going to have to throw out. Okay, then go do it. Just okay. She's sleeping. I don't care.
This
I'm
break
done.
in the broadcast brought to you by Fatherhood. It's a hell of a thing.
It's right. I want to say something like Pinhead, but Pinhead's not really a slasher.
He's really not.
He's not.
I was actually. We actually talked about that the other night, did we not?
Yeah, and
because I thought it was more of a slasher film.
I would say absolutely not, because it's more of a psychological thing, and it doesn't. He doesn't necessarily chase you and do all that kind of crap. It's not a slasher thing at all. It's more of a psychological messing with your soul and your kind of thing. So absolutely, I would never consider
at best
slasher
a psychosexual thriller.
Right,
So,
I would absolutely not say slasher in the slightest. Although love the movies.
Psychosexual thriller, great band name.
It is, dude. I would say absolutely. I'd go see him and play with him. And then same thing with like Phantasm. I would love to say, the Tall Man would be like, but he's again not a slasher.
It's more of a fever dream film, yeah.
Right. So damn, some of the greats can't really utilize. Unfortunately. Let me think for a second. Because again, I don't want to be too cliche with stuff like say Freddy. I'm not a big Freddy fan. I'm not a big Michael Myers fan. I am a big Leatherface fan though.
You might get me here.
And I might go ahead and go with. I might go ahead and say. I might go ahead and say that.
Which one?
Because I do love me some Leatherface. Man, honestly, I love all of them for different reasons. I really do. Minus the most recent
guys,
one.
Keep it in your pants for a second. Let's get through this.
Do you think? Cause
man, I'm gonna probably say 2003, the remake.
Man.
Only because I love it. I think the brutality of it was phenomenal. The overall quality was great. The cinematography, everything they did was fantastic. Those are my three. I'm going to say those are my three favorites. Because I thoroughly enjoyed how they did it. So that's my three right there.
Pretty solid list.
Pretty solid list, I think. Thank you. All right, Chuck.
That is, yeah.
You are up, sir.
All right, we'll start with number 1, Psycho.
Okay.
Name a more iconic kill scene than the shower.
He's talking about the remake, of course, but...
Yeah, sure I am. Yeah, why don't you just pipe down for a second.
Now, is it your...
Let the adults speak, clown. Let the adults speak.
That's great.
No, I'm talking about the original Alfred Hitchcock, Janet Leigh. Who did Norman Bates? Who was played by him? Anthony Perkins. There we go. Yeah, sorry.
Anthony Perkins, yeah.
Perkins. Psycho. It's got, it's just, what can you say about it? It's not, I don't think it might be the first slasher, I'm not sure. I mean, we could probably do some arguments about some German expressionist films from the 20s, but I'm not going to even bother. But no, I think Psycho is one of the best slasher films just because of the fact that it's so iconic, and that shower scene alone, it's got one of the most famous kills in movies of all time.
Right.
And the twists and the turns and everything, it's just a real... I mean, the scholars are like, oh, it's more of a thriller or a mystery, blah, 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 whatever. It's a fucking slasher movie. Number 2, Nightmare on Elm Street.
The original, or...
I think the original, yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, no, let's just go with the remake. Yeah, because nothing says scary. Nothing says scary like a 5-foot-tall pepperoni running around trying to be a badass.
Pizza. That's all I'm saying. I mean, shit.
Yeah, really. It's like, well, I'd piss myself. I don't know about you guys.
Well, dude, honestly, wait. If there was a 5-foot-tall pepperoni chasing me, I would probably actually piss myself. Let's be honest, okay?
No, I'd be like, "Where's the Coke? We're eating. We're mowing down tonight."
I'd be like, "I'm pretty good on that. I took too many acid drops for this shit. I'm done." And I don't acid. So fuck. But
Yeah, so that would be my number 2 is Nightmare on Elm Street, because I think that it took the slasher idea and said that you could be more than just a guy going around killing people.
right.
It brought the supernatural element to slashers.
Okay. Yeah, I can see
And
that.
and just, I mean, the film alone's great. I mean, the score, the visuals. I mean, Wes Craven's one of the best horror directors of all time. And I mean, really, and the whole concept alone of you can't go to sleep. I mean, that's everybody. Everybody can relate to that because everybody has to sleep.
Right.
I mean, that's one of the key things, that you have to go to sleep. So it really speaks to everybody of all cultures. So
That's true.
It's one of those baseline fears and baseline things all humans have to do. And so that'd be my number 2. And then number 3 is Final Destination.
That's not really a slasher, though.
It is a slasher movie through and through. The slasher is death.
The slasher would be death.
They even said it. I mean, I'm pretty sure the creators even said itself. It's a slasher film. They're like, how do we make a slasher film that's unique and interesting? Oh, I know. We just won't have the slasher part of it. The killer. And the killer's death. And name a series that has more inventive kills. And I'm going with number 1 specifically because it was the first one.
Well,
But I think Final Destination was just a very, very unique, awesome slasher film.
I can see that being an interesting way to put it, because it is, Death was the protagonist, antagonist? I don't remember which one that is.
It's just the force of nature that they got to deal with.
But he is the...
It's going to come and get him, yeah.
It is
and
the
they're
one
trying
after.
to stop the... Yeah.
So...
So I'm going to go with Final Destination, because Final Destination is a very, very unique slasher film.
Oh, yeah, and they're fucking phenomenally good movies. They are
they are,
movies.
yeah.
So, I can definitely say they're badass movies. Like, all the Final Destination movies are fucking great, though. Like, they're ridiculously badass. Was that you teabagging my face? Alright, so, as far as it goes, I'm going to have to...
Yeah, but that's
yours.
They deserve to die, Jason.
I just died, by the way.
Make them
Yep.
suffer.
I did deserve that because of what I did.
Back in my face. What was I gonna say? I had something actually important to say about your...
Final Destination, Nightmare on
Oh,
Elm
no,
Street,
your commentary on the Nightmare on Elm Street. By the time the first Nightmare on Elm Street came out, Friday the 13th was on number
3, I do believe.
3 or 4, yeah. So I was trying to think if it had already introduced the element of
No,
but I didn't
that
think,
was number 6, and that was well after Nightmare.
Yeah, see, that's what I was trying to think. I was trying to make sure, because I know you said it pretty much introduced to the supernatural, and I was just double checking, kind of making sure, because I was gonna say Friday might have done that, but I couldn't remember what number it was on by the time Freddy showed up. Freddy showed up a little late to the party. Not much, just a little. He was,
Well, the script had been around for a while. It just took a
Yeah.
while for Wes Craven to get financing, and
Exactly. So,
Yep.
alright, Crazy, so what's your honorable mentions, really quick?
that I said that I was going to do.
Yeah, your honorable mentions that you wanted to do.
Yes, the
And
suspense is
hush
killing
goes
us.
over the crowd.
Let's go wrong turn.
All right,
Okay.
backwoods
Yeah.
cannibal incest people. Can't
Right.
go
Not
wrong
the
with that.
first one. Not the first one, the second one.
Okay.
I like that one more.
Well, they're all...
I'm going to give Hatchet.
See, I was thinking Hatchet. I
So,
questioned
so you're a big fan of the Movie Crypt podcast, I'm assuming. Because that's directed by the guys who do that. Forgive me, I can't remember the Wrong Turn 2 director's name, but Adam Green did Hatchet.
Yeah, Adam Green, and then...
Yeah.
Well, he did the first couple, and then...
He did the first 2 and then the last one, yeah.
yeah, well, there's actually 4 of them, if you didn't know.
No, that's what I say. He did the first 2 and the last one. He didn't do
Yeah.
number 3.
Oh, I didn't hear you because my daughter's right here. Hold on one moment. You guys talk amongst yourselves for 1 second.
This podcast brought to you by Fatherhood. It's a hell of a thing. Okay, Clown. So, Hatchet. Wrong Turn 2. What's your other honorable mentions?
I'm gonna have to agree with God, man, and say the 2003 Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Honorable mention there. Okay, that's good. Yeah, I think it's a solid remake, and we've talked about it before in previous podcasts how it really did kind of start the remake trend.
There's like a small amount of people who disagree on this, that it's the best remake ever made.
I wouldn't go that far at all, actually.
What do you think?
Because there's one.
That's
The Thing. The Thing is the best remake film of all time, and The Fly also, yeah.
Well, I'm like saying excluding everything that came out before then.
So anything post 2003.
Yeah, modern day stuff, man. Out of all the modern day stuff we have, that's what I meant by that.
Do you mean horror remakes or remakes in general? Because there's probably going to be some contenders in there just remakes.
Horror remakes, dude. Like
horror
remakes.
remakes.
The slashers, exactly.
Yeah.
Name a better one, Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Come on, Chuck. I'm waiting.
Well, I'm trying to think. We are talking on a completely different topic than slashers at the moment. I don't know. Friday 13th might give a run for its money.
Friday 13th. Oh my God, Chuck, what are you doing to change my mind now, bro? they're both great. I love both of them equally.
Yeah. I'm just saying that was a bold statement to make. So.
I'm staying with my Texas Chainsaw Massacre for my third one.
What? So you changed to Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2003?
For my third honorable mention.
No.
Oh, for your
honorable mentions. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I said I had to agree with God and say Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2003.
Okay, I got you. Well, that honorable mention alone, dude. I mean, if you want to change one of your other ones, man, go ahead, because you know. I mean, I do have that on my list, so that would kind of make it easier to.
What did I put for my second one? What did I change it on?
What? I don't know. That's your decision. That was yours.
Like I know.
Yeah, Child's Play 2.
Child's Play 2, yeah.
I'm staying with Child's Play and Part 4 Friday. I don't know.
Okay, Part 4 Friday, and then Slaying with Dolls.
Yeah,
Playing with Dolls.
For Texas Chainsaw. So, as much as I love it, I gotta trade it out, man.
Okay.
Okay, so what are you trading it out for now? Texas Chainsaw?
Yeah, I'm just swapping places. The Playing with Dolls goes on my honorable mentions.
Okay.
Alright,
so now we have to figure out the consensus. And we all have different movies.
Well, except for
usually there's one connection or two, but we don't have that this time.
Well, we do, because Texas Chainsaw Massacre 3, if he's going with that one, that's two of them.
And 2 out of 3 had a Friday the 13th movie.
Yeah. So, come to the dark
yeah,
side.
but it's not
Chuck.
the same. It's not the same movie though.
That's true. We'll have to convince each other. We'll have to convince each other.
You're gonna.
It was post remake. So.
Okay, so you did. Okay, which Texas Chainsaw did you do?
2003 is what I said. I said
you did both in 2003.
Out of all.
Oh,
of
okay,
them,
so you do have a. Okay, so there is the same movie then. Well, then okay.
because it's brutal as fuck.
One.
It is brutal as fuck, guys. Here's the deal. It's brutal. It's got the quality behind it.
Wait, real quick.
Says Goober, sweetie.
Hold on.
Okay, go away.
Quick question.
Yep.
How brutal is it?
It's super brutal.
Just double check it.
It's brutal on the fundamental of brutal.
Right, dude. I mean, that chainsaw when it goes through his leg and he's running, like that was an amazing shot. They did an amazing shot with that when he was taking off running.
Like you just see it go. You just see it clip straight through his leg, dude. Like you don't see nothing else after that besides him falling through the sheets.
Yeah, it was. They did such a great shot with that. Like, just overall, that movie.
That's actually one of my favorite movie moments.
It is mine too, actually, because of how I don't know, just visceral it was. I don't know what you'd call it, but it was solid. It was solid. So,
Chuck, spray me real quick.
Nope, I don't have any spray. Sorry, that was a video game reference.
right. Oh,
well, we are a democracy. We're not an oligarchy, so yes, and Texas Chainsaw Remake is on the list.
okay. So, what are you gonna swap out for that one? You gotta give one up.
Psycho.
Okay. I was hoping you would, because I know Psycho's a great one and it is a classic. But sometimes
if you think about it, though, compared to mine and his choices, it's really not fair.
Yeah, I'm just saying.
Look,
But sometimes
I'm not saying it's a bad movie.
No, it's great.
Like,
Yeah, it's a great movie.
classic.
It is a classic. I just, sometimes nostalgia does get us, though, and and sometimes you're like,
It has
man,
nothing
that's-
to do with nostalgia.
I know
It's a much better. It's a much better movie than the remake of Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
I don't know about that one, sir, but as of right now,
We'll let the people decide. I'm pretty confident
yep.
on that choice.
We'll have to put a poll out. We'll have to put a poll up and see what people say about that one.
Alfred Hitchcock's masterpiece, Marcus Nespel's remake of a masterpiece in itself.
Right?
Which
see what
one's
happens.
gonna go? Yeah.
I'll have to post that and see if anybody says anything.
Really
But alright.
I'll keep up with this stuff.
All right. So Crazy, you still have a couple of them up there on the chopping block. Questionably, you have to argue. What else you got to prove your point?
Listen, I'm arguing Child's Play 2.
Oh yeah.
Just because. Look, listen, that is fully unhinged Chucky at his best. Think of him in the first one. Think of him in Rod. Look at him in part 2.
Okay.
Look at him in part 2. That is the best he's ever been. Some of the kills he does is awesome too.
Right.
His one-liners in part 2. Those are some of my favorite ones.
So your part 2 is really when he came to fruition, whatever that word is.
Yeah,
Fruition. Yeah.
He came to a fruit pie. Is really when he came to a
Yep.
fruit pie.
Went to a baker.
They want to
Right.
hurt you, Jason. Don't
Then
let
became
them.
Ginger Dead Man. But yeah.
Oh, Gary Busey.
Gary Busey,
Gary
man.
Busey.
But all right, cool. All right, yeah. Oh. And as a slasher,
Alright.
he does a good job. He does kill a lot of people.
So, well, we have Texas Chainsaw. Okay, so we're arguing about the second movie now. So who's gonna put their film up for second film and fight it?
Man, see, I'm gonna go ahead and say, See No Evil. The bad part about it is it does not have a long-running franchise. That's the only sad part about it. And it took 11 years or some shit like that for the second one to come out. And the Soska sisters took over, and they did the second one. And
Which wasn't bad.
it was not bad. Unfortunately, I would disagree with what Jen and her sister did with the mask that they brought in on the whole thing, because he wears a mask
But
in
it's a
it.
surgical mask, and they have a surgical fetish.
And I understand that, but it was unnecessary because, Glenn Jacobs' face and all, he didn't need it. Not to say he's ugly and he needs a mask, but his character, his face, from the first movie, he didn't need a mask. Jason,
In my
he's
opinion-
physically messed up, and Leatherface, he's
Yeah.
so they kind of have a reason, so to speak, But
Yeah, there wasn't really anything wrong with his character structure. There wasn't no mental disfigurements wrong with
right,
him. That's what you're saying.
yeah, no real disfigurements or anything like that would require anything like that for him to have done that. So it just seemed a little bit I wouldn't say cash cowing in on the whole slasher thing necessarily, they all do it, but it just seemed a little bit cliche, a little bit unnecessary, a little bit I don't know, because he himself is, unless they're setting it up to do more with the character, but not with Glenn Jacobs behind the character, maybe, you know what I mean? So they're let's put a mask on him so that way we can continue the franchise, but without him, possibly. I don't know.
Yeah.
That would make sense then, but the second one, I do own it, and I was really looking forward to it. And I'm not saying it's a bad movie. I'm just saying, the first one it was great. Really hope they would continue the series. But that's the only sad part about that. But man, the first one was good, and you guys both agreed it was a pretty solid film.
Yeah.
Pretty solid film. From the acting to, the acting was a little bit cheesy on par sometimes, but yeah, a little bit, but for it being what it was definitely a solid fucking movie. The effects was great, and the way they did the camera work was really effective. They did a really good job with the camera work. So,
Well, I'm gonna go with Nightmare on Elm Street for the second choice.
right? Which is also a
'Cause
great
it's-
fucking.
it's- Yeah, yeah. What do you? And you said Child's Play too, right, Clown?
Uh-huh.
So, I don't know where to go from here.
Well, bring up your
Impasse.
argument. Bring up your argument. What defines the original Nightmare on Elm Street so much better?
It's visually impressive. It's an amazing idea. everybody can relate to it. It's not just a simple killer in a mask killing people. Let's see what else. Robert Englund
Right.
came from it.
That did make
Robert,
him. That did make him.
Yeah, Johnny Depp. If you want to go that far, that got him a start.
Wasn't that his first movie, by the way?
I believe it was, yes.
Mommy.
It spawned a massive franchise. Everybody knows Freddy Krueger for the most part.
Oh yeah.
You see knives on fingers and you automatically go Freddy Krueger.
Oh yeah.
Just the structure of the film alone and just the mythos and the... I mean, Wes Craven was a... I don't know if he had a master's in psychology, but he had a PhD in psychology. And just some of the psychology of the film alone is just interesting with the whole, fear and having power over you and...
It's cool. I did not know that about him, by the way. I didn't know that he had any kind of degree in
it really kind of... Yeah, I mean, it's kind of subtle in the first Nightmare on Elm Street, but like in New Nightmare, he just brings it to the forefront. He kind of really gets there.
I really like that one.
Yeah. I really like that one too, but I can't really say that one without saying the first one. So, because without the first one, New Nightmare doesn't hold up.
Which one's your favorite? Which one's your favorite, though? You know what I mean? It doesn't have to necessarily just be because of the first one. If you want to say New Nightmare, go with it, dude.
It'd have to be a toss-up between that and New Nightmare, but
because
still,
I would go with New Nightmare.
Well, yeah, but you gotta understand something though. They're such one piece. Without Nightmare on Elm Street informs New Nightmare. It's like it's an honest to God sequel to Nightmare on Elm Street.
But what I'm saying is
more than the actual sequels to the
Well, yeah, it's a sequel. It's a sequel to all the films, though. You know, it itself is a standalone and a sequel at the same time, because it takes you into the fourth wall. It breaks the fourth wall and comes out of it saying we acknowledge it's a film itself. It's a franchise itself.
Look, if you want to compromise and say New Nightmare,
no, I'll go with New Nightmare if you do it. If you say New Nightmare, because dude, I will say that. I will go ahead.
I mean, they're on par, so.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying, dude. It's not necessarily about what came first and why. It's what's your personal favorite out of them. And if you say it's a toss-up, I would go ahead and I will say, because New Nightmare, out of all the Freddy movies, I'm not like a huge Freddy fan, but when New Nightmare came out, it seemed deeper, and Freddy was scary as shit in that one. And he was the scariest he ever had been, as far as I'm concerned, up until when they did the same style of demon he was when they did Freddy vs. Jason. You know? Because they brought back that look, that just straight up Satan look with the sharp teeth and the real red, just demonic as fuck looking, and he got evil again. And I was like, damn, I love that look. He's so creepy in that look. So, I mean, I'll go with that, dude. I would totally... And I would top... Dude, Chucky's great. I love Chucky, but I will totally jump on board with that one. Because I love New Nightmare. It was a damn good movie.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, to me, one and New Nightmare are so intrinsical to each other that I can't put one above the other.
And I can see
without you need the one with the other. But I mean, I love New Nightmare because I think it's the first, honest to God, it was so ahead of its time in terms of meta.
Yeah.
Everything's meta these days, but that was literally the first kind of big, popular meta film. And then after that, it would have to be the third Nightmare, because I mean, Dream Warriors, for Christ's sake, it's stalking. Yeah, so, okay, I'm completely content with New Nightmare being on the list. Then.
Anyone else
I mean, because it's a great movie just for its own reasons, not alone the fact that it's, Freddy.
Right.
Okay, so, Clown, you cool with that?
Well, I mean, if we're going to go with Freddy, man, I'm going to bring up Nightmare on Elm Street Part 2.
I think Nightmare on Elm Street Part 2 is a good film. I think it got ragged on a lot, but... And Freddy was truly scary. Yeah, but in terms of all the series, I don't think I think it would be 3 or 4 on the list for me.
I didn't really like 4 much, but yeah, I'd agree with you.
No, I'm saying it would be, and I'm saying in terms of me listing it, like it would be it would be Nightmare, the first Nightmare, and New Nightmare would be hand in hand. Then it'd be Dream Warriors, and then it would be number 2.
Yeah, wait, what was number 4? I thought
that was Dream Master.
Dream Master? Yeah, Dream Master.
Yeah. Okay, I was thinking that was Dream Warriors for some reason. Okay.
No, Dream Warriors is 3.
It's 3. Okay.
That one is fucking awesome, by the way. The kills, I love the one kill at the beginning of it, where he makes that dude commit suicide.
On the strings,
Oh, yeah.
or on the veins.
Yeah.
Right.
Well,
yeah.
that was number 3. Yeah, that was the puppeteer one. Yeah, that was pretty awesome.
And see, that's what I loved about like the Freddy vs. Jason is when they brought back like characters or brothers or you know what I mean that were from like the family
like
from
family
the other
members or
that kid's brother, you know, from that. I thought that was cool and shit like that. I like that a lot. I mean, they did a damn good job again tying it all together with Freddy vs. Jason. That script was really well thought out and really well done. That really was the movie we all wanted. And I've argued that with a few people that were like, Freddy vs. Jason sucks, and I'm all, you're a fucking idiot. Because that is the movie we asked for. We wanted a damn good fucking, you know, huge battle between these two iconic characters that we all love, you know, and we wanted to see this ultimate battle. And we got what we wanted. We got it in perfect fucking form. And people are going to bitch about it? Shut up. Don't do that. But
well, I'm still going with New Nightmare on the list. In terms of all the if we're going to do all the movies, that would be the one I'd pick. Or like I said, the first one. But if you're going to go with New Nightmare, then that's what I'd go for.
That's what I said. I will agree with New Nightmare. Over See No Evil, again, has its damn good moments. It's definitely a great film. It's, in my opinion, one of my favorites. No, Kyra.
Once again, this episode brought to you by fatherhood. It's a hell of a thing.
Yep. Being a dad's been good times. But I would definitely cop out for saying, you know, New Nightmare on that list for sure. It's crazy. You got to come over to the dark side.
Yeah, we got to go with democracy on this.
You got to, man. I know you're liking 2 and shit, and you're like, damn it, I want Chucky on a film. You'll get it one day. You'll get it, buddy. You'll get it. That and Jack Frost. Jack Frost will be on there too one day. We promise. Probably not. Probably not ever. But we'll pretend that it will be one day. But
So you okay with that, Crazy?
Yeah, let's give New Nightmare on there.
All right.
You sound so enthused. He's like, all right. I guess. You're a sad little midget, but you're unfortunately not. No, it's not.
I'm a sad Warwick Davis.
Right.
Sad Willow.
Oh.
Okay, so
all right. So, what movie are you gonna put up, Clown? Because we need to know which movie that you have last.
Okay, I'm about to be right back. Yep. So, Friday the 13th Part 4. I'm gonna say that. I'll be right back.
You're gonna save that one? Okay.
Yep.
All right.
Okay,
so
wait.
he's gonna be right back. We can just take a break.
And we're back from break. And we're back from our break.
That's awesome. Just blow it all out. Who cares?
Sorry, I didn't mean to.
No, I know you did. I know you meant to. Don't lie.
I won't hit you.
It's okay then.
Alright, I'll have to make some break music or something. I mean, but alright, so
Yeah.
our final 3 on the chopping block.
We have
Yes.
Jason X,
I had Jason X.
Friday 13th, Part 4, and Final Destination.
And according to our new democracy rule, Final Destination.
Yeah, I know. Democracy is lame. Sometimes I'm wondering if those Russian people don't have it right. Okay, well, I mean, if I had to justify this in my head, I mean, Friday 13th is like the iconic slasher. Some say
True.
Michael, but I mean, it's Jason Voorhees. Come on.
That's true.
If there's one series that's been controversial for its kills and for just existing, it would be Friday the 13th.
Honest to God,
So-
like, overall, I'm not bashing Freddy, I'm not bashing him, but most people, when you do say, hey, you know, name a slasher horror film or whatever, they say Friday the 13th, they say Jason Voorhees, they go, the dude in the hockey mask? And maybe it's just the hockey mask aspect of it, and like, you know, it's become like, you know, I wouldn't say corporate, but very like, you know, like Halloween time, hockey masks are always at Walmart, the dollar store, and things like, that's what it's, why? But it is very iconic, you know, I guess, so. But,
Yeah, so
what one though? What one?
Well, my personal favorite. If we're doing personal favorites and not just, you know, hey, this is what I think it should be in the list.
That
We're doing personal favorites.
Personal favorite.
I'm gonna have to go with number 7.
Really?
I think it has the best. I think it has the best looking Jason, and you have not lived life until you see Jason confused by the fact that a woman threw a couch at him with telekinesis. That scene alone, Jason is so dumb. Kane Hodder's performance as Jason is phenomenal because he is portraying dumbfounded. Jason Voorhees dumbfounded that a couch got thrown at him.
And you're right. You are correct.
You're cutting up real bad.
Oh,
so
God damn it. Can you hear me now?
That's what you said.
Can
Yeah,
you
I
hear
can
me
hear
now?
you now.
Oh, I said you are correct on that one, sir. It is pretty pretty ridiculous. And yeah.
Yeah. Because Jason X is fun. Don't get me wrong, but I don't even have any enjoyment in a sense of a slasher film from that. It's just a comedy.
Damn it, you're
really
right.
is.
And it's like a space adventure. It's like a space adventure.
And honestly, and honestly, I like number 4, but I only like number 4 because of the last 15 minutes, maybe, if that. I mean, I think it's one of the slower.
Now number
Friday
4, wait,
films.
number 4 is the one that has
Corey Feldman.
Yes, Corey Feldman. Yeah, when he
As a kid.
Yeah. I was just double checking. I got, because sometimes they all kind of blur together, so I was making sure that that's the one I was thinking it was.
Yeah.
And it was. So.
Yeah.
Yep. All right.
I mean, if you want to do a compromise Friday, I think number 6 is a good choice.
I agree with 6.
I think 6 is a really solid film, and it's fun.
6 is actually my second favorite in the franchise. So, but then again, Chuck, as you stated earlier, we do have that reboot.
Yeah, we do have the reboot, but I wouldn't put that on the list of any of the Fridays, though. I like it, but I wouldn't. I don't think it deserves to be the one we choose.
I liked the reboot overall. I think they did do a lot of good stuff with it. I kind of was at first very like, oh, they shouldn't have used the Friday name. They shouldn't have said it was Jason Voorhees. If they would have made it somebody else, it would have been perfect. But there's a lot of stuff in it that just didn't feel like it had the soul in it, I guess. But maybe that's my old school nostalgia or whatever, saying, oh, it's not like regular Jason. It's kind of different, but whatever. Yeah. I'm not gonna put it on the list myself. I won't say let's do it. I don't know, man. Jason Takes Manhattan, guys. Jason Takes Manhattan.
No, don't even joke about that. Yeah, it's Jason Takes a Cruise Ship with a stop at Manhattan for good measure.
Oh my God, because I'm just saying.
Yeah, I know what you're saying, and we're good.
What was number 6? What was 6 again? Who, where, what, and how?
Alice Cooper was on the soundtrack, and I forgot who played Jason though.
Right. I'm trying to think. As much of a Friday the 13th fan as I am, again, I've watched them so much and so many times that like all together as one. Like I usually go on a binge and just watch them all. That I don't really differentiate one from the next. You know what I mean? They all kind of blur together because it's like an all-day event for me, and so they all just kind of like this stuff happens. It's just all one big movie to me. And he ends up in space, and then that's my happy place.
He ends up in space. It's solid. It is solid. I'll give you that much.
Yeah, that's my happy zone. Honestly, I'm just happy that Friday the 13th is making it on the list. So I will go ahead and say 6. Sure, because any of them works for me, and that's not me trying to put my integrity face down in the dirt like a dead hooker. That's me just saying, dude. Yeah. They all pretty much to me are great. So I can't say either any one of them is really better than the other ones because I love them all for different reasons.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So. And I will definitely go with that one. So our top 3 are Chuck, since you are the man with the plan. New Nightmare?
New Nightmare. Friday the 13th Part 6. And the Democracy chose the Texas Chainsaw remake.
Yep, 2003.
So, yeah.
That's a pretty solid list.
Yeah, it's not bad. It's not bad. It could be worse.
And you know what it ends up being? It ends up putting some of the classic best slashers in the, you know, that people would expect.
It actually worked.
You know, in the fucking list, Freddy, Leatherface, and Jason. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You got some of the
so
big.
It does, yeah. It's got
you got the big boys
Jason,
in it.
Leatherface, and Freddy. Yeah. So you know that came out to be a good solid list. All
It
things
did.
considered. So I'm okay with this.
We are the D team. I think we're gonna call it a night. Thanks for joining us. I am God Machine.
What's your name today, clown?
Forgot.
He's nobody
Forgot.
important,
Okay.
apparently.
He's nobody important. And I'm Chuck. Roll credits.
Dun 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 dun. What the fuck are we doing?